Hey everybody, Ted Wyman here from the Winnipeg Sun along with Danny Austin of the Calgary Sun, and we are here to talk about the West Final between the Winnipeg-Bluebombers and the Calgary Stampeders, which is set for Sunday afternoon. Probably not going to be too bad of a day, a lot warmer than the West semi-final was in Saskatchewan, and I think we're in for a game that really could go either way. I think both these teams are very good, maybe the best two teams in the CFL. Danny?
I mean, we have to make picks in the paper, and I really didn't want to this game because, this is, I believe Calgary allowed the least, net yards in the entire league. Winnipeg was 2, while Winnipeg had the most net yards on offense, and Calgary was number 2. These are very good football teams, and I really think that the preparation is there. Right now, Winnipeg is on a little bit more of a hot streak, but the Stamps did win the West, and they've had time to prepare for this one.
Yeah, they get the bye, the luxury of the bye, whereas the Bombers have the luxury of some momentum. They had to go in and win an extremely tough game against Saskatchewan, and that was a real grinded-out kind of win. Tons of physicality in it. Then you got to come here and play a team that's been rested, that's been in so many West Finals. I couldn't even count that high, man. I mean, it's incredible how many times they've been in it, and the Bombers have barely been in any big games like that. But that being said, the Bombers, I think, view this as a game that they have a chance to win, and maybe need to. It's their chance, it's their time, with a lot of veteran players and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming in hot, and let's be frank, the Stampeders have not looked like the best team in the league since probably about Labor Day. They've had receivers who went down. That caused the offense to not be able to stay on the field, which then caused the defense to get worn down. So the defense wasn't really itself for most of October. So there are absolutely questions about the Calgary Stampeders, but as we heard today, they welcome those questions. I mean, They're saying, look, we've been in this West Final. We've faced teams that have come off big wins before. We are comfortable in this situation, and we know how to prepare for it. And they seem to believe, just like the Bombers, that this is a game they should win.
The Bombers just might be the hottest team in the CFL right now. I mean, Matt Nichols, after having the worst time of his career, goes out and he's won the last 6 games that he started. I mean, the Bombers have won, and I wouldn't say he won it entirely, but he's definitely improved a lot. The Bombers' offensive attack has been very solid, and they just look like a team that has the ingredients to possibly win a Grey Cup, and you got to get through this team first, though.
And let's be honest, Adam Bigholm might just have been the best player in the league. I mean, I don't think he's nominated for MOP, but he easily could have been. This is a Bombers team. They've got a ton of weapons. They're scary. I still believe that so are the Stampeders, and I believe that the bye week is going to make a difference. I think that people are writing the Stamps off a little bit earlier than they should, but I'm picking a 3-point win going either way, if I'm being honest.
And 2 things I really think work in the favor of the Stampeders: home field and Bo Levi-Mitchell. Great quarterback, probably going to be, very likely could be the MOP of the league this year, maybe heading on to the NFL after this. I think he's a guy that can make an absolutely huge difference.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, even in the Stampeders' 3-game losing streak, where everyone was writing them off, they never lost by more than a touchdown. I mean, they lost to 8 to the Bombers. That was their biggest, margin of defeat. And there was an argument that Eric Rogers was in the end zone for a touchdown, and that game would have been a whole lot closer. So even when the Stampeders were playing their worst, they were still close. If they play their best, I think they're probably going to the Grey Cup, personally.
Well, we'll see how it goes here at McMahon Stadium on Sunday afternoon. For Post Media, Winnipeg Sun, Calgary Sun, Danny Austin, and I'm Ted Wyman.